Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Welcome to yet another book video. I am on my grind with the book videos for 2025 and I'm really enjoying myself. So if you've been here for a while, you know that last year I started my 2024 book journal in the middle of the year. I think I started it in like August, June, or July, sometime around then. And we have recently entered the new year, so it's time to make our 2025 book journal, which is really exciting. I actually never ended up finishing my 2024 one, but 2025 is the year that I feel like I'm really going to enjoy doing my book journal and keep up with it, especially because I'm starting at the beginning of the year and not the middle of the year. And I'm just really excited. So today we are going to be spending our evenings together making our book journal. So go grab a snack, go grab a drink, go grab a coloring book, a crochet project, your book journal. Go grab whatever it is that will entertain you for the next however many minutes, because we are going to sit here and talk about books and create art. So I went to Hobby Lobby earlier and I picked up a few more supplies, because when I made my book journal last year, I bought a bunch of summery supplies since I started it in summer. So I just went ahead and went to Hobby Lobby and grabbed some more kind of darker winter cottagecore themed kind of vibes for January, and let me show you guys what I ended up getting. So first I just got this little roll-on tape. Everybody uses these for their book journals and I don't have one. I always use a glue stick, so I picked that up just in case, and it was only like $3, so that's perfect. And then I picked up this little sticker book. It has very, I don't even know how to explain it, like cottagecore, neutral, very January kind of stickers, which I thought was fun to, you know, stick around wherever. And then I bought this huge thing of washi tape, because all of my washi tape is like fruits and stuff, so it's very summery, and I wanted some winter ones. So those are the few things that I grabbed from Hobby Lobby. And then here are my supplies that I used for my last book journal, and I don't really have like an idea of what I want. I think I'm gonna kind of just go with the flow like I did last time, because if I try to plan everything out now before I get into it, I feel like it's gonna stress me out and I'll want it to be perfect, and it's not gonna be perfect and it's just gonna end up a mess. So I'm just gonna kind of go for it. So here is my book journal. I didn't fill up that much. I really wish I filled up the whole thing so then I can get a new one, but unfortunately I stopped in September. So we have lots of space for 2025, and I think what I'm gonna do is just start fresh. I'm gonna create like a whole 2025 page, redo my little library that I did here but differently, and kind of just reset for instead of filling in my old ones, you know, because I can still color TBR cart and I can still color my bookshelves, you know, but I'm just going to create a whole new one for 2025 and completely neglect 2024. 2024 was a trial run. It was my first time trying out the book journal and I didn't know what I was doing. So this year around, I'm going to do it right. I'm actually going to take my time. I'm not going to force myself to do it all in one night, because then it ends up getting a little bit rushed and sloppy. I'm going to take my time. If it takes me a day, it takes me a day. If it takes me some weeks, it takes me some weeks, and either one is fine. I just really want to take care of this year and make it look pretty. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start off by making my 2025 entry page, and I'm just gonna kind of wing it. I don't really have any ideas, but I'm just gonna kind of go for it. Like, I just want to go for it, and I'm gonna be listening to Imagine Me, the audiobook. It's actually really good. Speaking of, let's chit chat about that. I was trying to be cute for this video, but Cozy just kind of took over without my permission, so what can I do about it? But like I was saying, I've been reading Shatter Me. Well, not reading, I've been listening to it, because I've actually, fun fact, I've never read the Shatter Me series. I've only ever listened to it, because I just don't think I would get through it if I read it, at least not as fast as I have. And what I mean by fast is I've been reading that series for like a year. But I'm listening to the last book, which is Imagine Me, and my thoughts. Let's talk about it. So the book, I kind of mentioned this in a previous video, but the Shatter Me series it reminds me of how I felt when I was watching The 100, in the sense that it literally like is so good, right? It's good while you're watching it, but then when you step away from it, at least for me, I don't find myself wanting to go back and read it. So like whenever I finish a book and then it's time for the next one, it takes me months to get to it, even if it ended in a cliffhanger, just because I don't have the need to go and read more Shatter Me. But then whenever I do go into the next book, I am so obsessed and I can't put it down and I fly through it. And it's such a weird relationship, because it's like, do I like the series or do I not like the series? Like, that's how I felt with getting into Imagine Me, because I was so hesitant of starting it, just because I was like, oh, like what more could happen? Like, you know, it's just gonna be a repeat of the last 5 books. But now that I've started it and I'm in the middle of it, I can't stop listening to it. Like, it is so good, and I just don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because the plot like hasn't changed since book 1, or if it's due to me being so attached to the characters. I don't know what it is, but it's such a weird feeling, but it's almost a little bit relieving, because that means that whenever I finish the series, I won't miss it. But like when somebody brings it up in conversation, it won't, you know what I'm saying? Like whenever, it's scary to finish a long series because it can leave you depressed, like very depressed because you're done with it. And thankfully Shatter Me is not gonna do that to me. But then at the same time, does that make it a good series? Like, I don't really know. I'm kind of just talking right now. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying, but is that just me? I don't find myself yearning to read Shatter Me. But I am almost done with, well, no, I don't know if I'm almost done. I think I'm like halfway or like 40% through with the last book, which is a bittersweet feeling. More sweet than bitter though, to be honest. But I'm kind of doing this book journal, like the entry page, almost the same as my 2024 one. I'm realizing that right now. It's probably because I have all the same supplies. But I don't know, I just really like this aesthetic. I'm always so excited to do my book journal until I actually do it. And then I realize that I'm not, because I want it to be perfect. Like, that's my only issue with it. I want it to be perfect and I don't know how to make it perfect, so that it frustrates me. And then I end up just being sloppy and hurrying up and finishing it. So I want to break that relationship next year and really take my time on my book journal. I also have like an issue. This is kind of like a trauma dump video, but I also have a really bad habit of not doing crafts because I feel like I could be doing something productive with that time. And that's a really bad habit that I really want to fix this 2025. See, I keep saying this 2025 season in 2025 because I can't do anything unless it's productive. And that's such a bad mindset because then I end up never having fun. You know what I mean? Or I end up just rushing through whatever it is that I'm doing that is fun. And it's really bad. Like I told myself that I would take my time with this book journal. If it takes me a couple weeks, that's okay. If it takes me a couple months, that's okay. But don't rush through it and make it sloppy just because you could be editing or crocheting orders or doing something else right now. Like, it's Saturday. Take the time to sit down and relax. That is also one of my New Year's resolutions, is to just relax when it's time to, like, on weekends, I'm not gonna work. I'm gonna try my best not to work unless I want to. If I want to work, then by all means, girl, go for it. Like, I'm not gonna stop you. But if I'm not feeling like I want to work and I'm kind of just like forcing myself to work, I'm not doing that anymore. Weekends are meant to relax. It is so hard to cut a perfect square. I'm really struggling here. Yeah, those are all my bookish updates. I'm gonna do this because I've literally been on the same page and I've been recording for 20 minutes and I haven't done like anything but yap. So I'm gonna get back to work. I'm gonna throw some YouTube on, or I'm gonna throw on my audiobook, and I will update you guys when this page is completed. Hey guys, as you can tell by the lighting, it's much later, but it's not that much later. It's only like an hour later because I started filming at like 4 and it's the end of 5. But I'll give you guys a little update. So here's my beginner page. The lighting is really bad. I'm gonna show you guys in like good lighting when we do our walkthrough, when we walk through the journal. But here's my intro page. It's very similar to my 2024 reading journal. So here's my entry page. Again, it's very similar to my 2024. I can't tell if y'all see. But then my next page, I have my rating system, and I'm gonna color these in based on whatever color I'm going to have for each book rating, and I'm gonna keep it consistent. I'm gonna keep it consistent throughout the reading journal, so all of the places where I color in books, it's gonna be based on this coloring chart. So I need to pick really good colors because that is literally the theme for my reading journal for 2025. But I don't know where my markers are. I think I left them in my room, so I just kind of left it blank. I haven't colored it. And then I need to figure out what I want on this page because my next page is my bookshelves, and I wanted to make sure they had 2 pages. And what I did was I just did 4 bookshelves, and I'm gonna fill them in with like books and cats and mugs and frames and like fun stuff that you would decorate a bookshelf with. And then maybe I'll draw like little leaves around them. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But that's all I've done so far. I think I'm kind of getting a little bit sloppy. Well, I'm not getting sloppy, but I can tell that soon I'm gonna get sloppy. So I'm gonna finish my bookshelves, and then I think I'm gonna take a break for the night and maybe come back another day to continue, because again, I really don't want it to be rushed. I want it to look really precise and like I want it, and I don't want to rush it. So yeah, I love this page. It kind of reminds me of like a junk journal, and I find it really fun. I put like little papers inside where I have my goals. I haven't written my goals yet, but I'm gonna write my goals in this little piece of paper, and then it goes in here, which I find so cute, and I'm really excited to finish it. I'm keeping the design sort of the same for the beginning of the journal, and then when we get into the months, I think I said this in my last book journal video too, I keep the beginning very like brown, neutral, kind of matches with everything, and then once we get into the months is where we'll do colors. So like for January gives me very burgundy or like green brown vibes, and then February of course is like pinks and reds. March is very green for St. Patrick's. April is like kind of pink, you know, so I'll start adding like the colors when we get to the months. But for the beginning of my journal, I like to stick to like browns and neutrals to kind of not get sick of looking at it, because these are the pages I'm going to be looking at the most, because this is where I fill in stats from every single month. So yeah, I'm going to continue working, but I will see you guys another day and I'll give you an update on how far I've gotten. I'm going to go look for my markers though, because I really want to color, and I feel like that'll give me the break that I need from pencil work, because I've been doing pencil work for the past 45 minutes and I want some color. So I will update you guys in a little bit, or not in a little bit, in a couple days. And until then, bye. Hey guys, we are back in the dorms, and this is really testing my mic's quality because, as y'all know, my dorm's AC is so loud. So hopefully the mic is helping us out here. But I'm currently watching Emmy Rossum, and like I said in like a previous video, I've been looking for more bookish YouTubers, and I stumbled across her Booktubers Choose My Reads reading vlog, and I'm genuinely really enjoying it. So I've been watching that while I do my book journal. I finished coloring my bookshelves page. It is so cute. It did get a little bit sloppy, but then I kind of embraced it and made the whole thing sloppy. So it kind of looks like I did it on purpose, I hope. But I tried to go to the library today to print some pictures, because I wanted to print my, my water's so far away and I want some. But I wanted to print my top 25 for 2025, which is basically like printing 25 books you want to read in 2025. But I couldn't, the library was closed, so then I was like, I'll just go to CVS. But I couldn't figure out how I wanted to arrange the photos to print them. Like, I don't know the printing size I need. I don't know how big the photos are going to turn out. Like, I didn't know a lot of things. I was very clueless. So I'm just going to wait till the library opens, because if I do it at the library, it's cheaper versus if I do it at CVS. And I hear that the library is free printing, but you have to pay for color. So I'm just going to pay for the color, because I'm sure it's not $10 like CVS's was, and I'm sure it's bigger anyways. So we're gonna go tomorrow to go print those out, which I'm excited for. But right now I'm working on my 2025 bracket, and essentially the way this works is you put your favorite book for each month, and then you narrow it down until at the end of the year you have one top book. So this will help me figure out my favorite book of 2025, which is really exciting, because it is so hard to pick your favorite book of the year, especially when you haven't read it in so long. So you're like, well, did I like that one more? Did I like that one more? And it's so hard. But this way makes it so easy, because you're doing it as you read them, so it's so easy. But I am finishing this page up, and then after this I can get into more exciting pages, and then I'll start breaking it down into months. But I'm gonna keep watching her video and working on my book journal and having a cozy night in. I am excited. These are my favorite kind of nights. I have school tomorrow, but my first class doesn't start till 2:45. In my defense, everything was full, so I have all night if I really want to. So I'm gonna continue working. I'm still working on my book journal. It's a couple days later, and I just find it so therapeutic to be working on it over the course of a few days rather than all in one day. And I'm just like, this is my new therapy, and I'm loving the way, well, I wouldn't say I'm loving the way it's turning out, but I do like the way that it's turning out, especially this page. Sneak peek. But I need to get some more glue, because I'm almost out of all my glue sticks. I'm really enjoying just taking my time with this reading journal. Again, it's not perfect. I honestly could have done things a lot better, and then I need new supplies, because my supplies are really cheap and it's starting to show, because my markers are just too thick and it's hard to color inside the lines. And then my pen, I'm so upset about this. My pens are like the ones that are really inky, and so whenever you're writing, it like your palm spreads it. So a lot of my spreads have like marker ink that's spread, and it messed it up, and I'm so sad about it. And then also I'm missing my construction paper. I had a whole pack of construction paper, but I don't know where it went, and I really wanted to use that to like add pages that had construction paper so I could change the color of the paper, but I don't know where my construction paper is. So there's a lot of things that aren't perfect about it, but I think that's what makes it so special. And every time I mess up a little bit, I'm able to learn from it, and next year or even further down the year when I'm doing like my monthly spreads, I can incorporate the things that I've learned and make it better. But right now I'm doing my book bingo, and I did my monthly favorites page, and it turned out so nice. You can't really see because it's in pencil, but I didn't have enough space, so I'm gonna have to erase it and then come over to the next page and do my monthly favorites on both sides. But I figured out how to print out colored pictures, which was so fun. I had to pay, but it was only 70 cents. Like, I'm gonna be there every month getting little books for my book journal. And the girl that works, because I did it at my school, so the girl who worked at the printer copy place, because to get things printed with color you have to go and like make an order. So the girl that I was making an order with, she was like, oh, what are you printing? And I was like, oh, just some book covers. And she was like, okay. And then she printed it out and she's like, those are some good book options. And I was like, I know, thanks. That's my 2025 TBR. But now I can truly take my time with my book journal, because I was supposed to post this video tomorrow, so I was like kind of rushing to get it out. But I decided that it's just like, based off of that itself just told me that if I'm only a week into the school year, I haven't even gotten any work yet, and I'm already behind in posting on YouTube, it's just not sustainable for me to be posting twice a week. So I went back to posting once a week, and that's my new schedule just for the new year though. Whenever, or not for the new year, just for the school year. But whenever we get into like summer and vacations and all that, I will be posting twice a week like normal. But just to kind of help my mental and keep me on track and keep quality content out, I'm going to be posting once a week, which literally cuts my workload in half, and I'm so grateful for that. Because what happened last year is my content started getting a little bit sloppy, and I started posting like shorter videos, and my editing just wasn't there, and I was posting like twice a week. My grades, I kept A's, like my grades were good, I was posting consistently, but my mental health was just not there. It was not there. I was always like stressed out or frustrated, and my quality, like the quality of my content wasn't where I wanted it to be, and I was kind of getting behind on my orders, so it just wasn't sustainable, and I really don't want to repeat that. I think that's kind of what made me hate living here a little bit, because on top of that, I was living in like this bummy town. So I just decided that I'm gonna take it slower this year. But I'm gonna start, I don't know, I just love the way this spread looks, but it's just, I need it on 2 pages. If I can just like take this, copy and paste it and put it on the next page, it will be perfect. But I'm gonna continue this up, and I'll update you guys probably when it's done, because I'm almost done. I only have a few more spreads to do, and then we'll get into January. And I'm not gonna fill out my whole January. Actually, maybe I might, I don't know, we'll see. Since I have like the whole week to film this video now, it doesn't have to be rushed. But I just finished my book bingo. I'm excited to start filling these things out. And I've already read some books for January, all on my TBR. So I wanted, like, I'm already wanting to fill it out, but I need to wait till the end of the month to make it special. So I need to chill, but I really want to fill everything out already. But like, this is an example for what I need my construction paper for. I hate this spread. Like, I hate the way this turned out. So I want to use my construction paper to like put construction paper over it and then redo it. But I don't know where my construction paper went, so I'm in a pickle. Probably when I find my construction paper, I bet you it's at my mom's house. So I'll probably have to wait till like this weekend to go fix that. But I'm okay with that. I just really hate this spread. Like, I hate the way it turned out. I don't even like looking at it, and I need it redone ASAP.
And then whenever you take it off, it's all slimy under and sticky. That's what this is. That's just like the hard top I'm taking off.
Okay guys, the time has come to share our reading journal spread. I will warn you, it is not completely done. There is a page that I want to redo. There's a page that I didn't finish. So let me just show you guys what we're working with. So here is my reading journal. And first, I'm going to give you guys a flip through my 2024 reading journal, just in case you guys want any inspo or if you want to see my improvement. So when you open my journal, my first page for my 2024 reading journal was this spread, and I love the way this turned out. I honestly think this is my favorite entry spread. I think it turned out so beautiful, and I might put like 2024 through 2025 because that's how much content is going to be in this journal. But this is my first spread, and then my next spread is my rating system, and this is basically how I rated my books. And then next to it was my TBR cart, which I never finished filling out. There's books on here that I have read, I just never finished my 2024 reading journal, so a lot of it is not colored in. But the next page is my series tracker, and I actually like this one. I kind of freehanded this one, and I thought it was kind of fun. Again, I've read a lot of these and I have yet to fill them out. I love the way I did this. I never do those kinds of things cute, but this one I did really good, which I love. The next page was my monthly faves. Again, I stopped my reading journal sometime in September, so I never really finished this spread, but it's not my favorite, so I don't mind. But these were all my favorite reads of 2024 for each of these months until August. And then we have my book bingo, which is just a bunch of prompts that I get to fill in every time I read a book. These were my goals for 2024. I did not fill out my physical TBR, but I did everything else. And then my alphabet challenge, which I messed up bad because I barely left any space for Q through X. Then we have my 24 books in 2024. This is basically my top TBR 24 books that I wanted to read in 2024. And I, as you can see, did not read any of them. I don't even think I've read any of the ones that are not colored in. So I was really behind on this. Next is my Kindle library. This one was so messy. I just kind of threw it in there because I wanted to fill up more pages. Yeah, no. Then this was my book goal tracker. I actually like the way this spread turned out. I ended up finishing. I read 60 books in 2024, but again, never finished filling it out. And then this was content ideas, which I'm actually going to utilize these for 2025 because I'm actually making bookish content in 2025. Then we have book by the month. My reading started off pretty strong at the beginning of the month because I was in high school and I had so much free time. And then once summer hit, I just kind of fell off. But it's okay because I still reached my reading goal, so I'm not mad about it. Then this was my genre tracker, which I messed up so bad because I barely left any slots for anything. So I kind of just left this blank. I never really filled this out monthly. And then here are my reading stats for each month. It basically has like how many books you read, how many of the 24 in 2024 did you read, my book bingo, genres, and much more. Then we start going into months, and I started in August, so I was a little bit behind, but I'm just going to kind of briefly flip through these. This was my August TBR, book purchases for the month, my DNF graveyard, my monthly log for how many books I read. I did a little spread for Happy Place. And then we come into my fall TBR. These are all books that I wanted to read in the fall time. We have our September spread, which I think is so pretty. And this was my September TBR. This was Gilmore Girls inspired. I have Luke's diner there. It's so cute. We have my September analytics. Never filled that out. And that's where my 2024 book journal ends. That's crazy. I didn't think it only lasted a month. That's a little bit sad, but whatever. Now we're getting into 2025. This is my 2025 spread. I honestly wish I did it for 2 pages instead of just 1, but I'm not mad about it. Here I have my reading goals for the year. I have read 100 books, read new genres, finish series, film book videos, and book journal, like consistently. And then I just have this paper in here. There's nothing on it, but maybe I'll fill something in there. I don't know. And then we just have 2025, my goals for 2025. And yeah, I really wish I didn't write this because I don't like the way it looks, but I like this spread. Again, I'm kind of keeping that cohesive, like, brown neutral vibe going throughout the beginning of my journal. And then once we go into the months, I'll start adding color and all these fun things. My next page has my rating system. And like I said earlier, this is going to be consistent throughout my journal. So every time there's a spot to color in a book, I'm going to be filling it in with one of these colors to kind of help me depict how many stars each book was rated. And this is my 2025 bracket. Basically how this works is each month you fill in your favorite book and then you start to narrow it down until you get your favorite book of the year. This is the spread that I actually hate. I hate the way the colors turned out, and I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna go over it with construction paper when I go home and get some, and I'm just gonna get rid of this whole spread and redo it. And as I update you guys on my book journals monthly, you'll see whenever I redo this one. And then normally after this page would be my library. I don't know if you guys remember, it's in there. I just glued it down. But it was the library with the cat. I ended up hating it. It was a little too sloppy. So instead I did my 25 of 2025. This is one of my favorite spreads. I did the back with my little construction paper and it's so cute. These are the 25 books that I want to get to in 2025. Some of them are on my physical TBR, some of them are not. So I'm really excited to get to these. I really want to prioritize all of these books because I want to get to them so bad. Next we have my A through Z challenge, and this one it kind of messed up because my pen ink was spreading as I was writing because it would be spread by my hand. But this is my A through Z challenge. Basically whenever I finish a book, I'll write down wherever it goes in the alphabet, and the goal is to finish the whole alphabet. But it starts to get hard when you get to like P, R, T, W, Z. These are like what book starts with Z? Like if you have any recommendations, let me know because I do want to fill this out. My next page has my book bingo, and I kind of kept it. It looks a little simple now, but whenever it gets colored in, it's going to be so pretty. Again, just a bunch of book prompts that I get to fill out every time I finish a book. And then here's my 2024 physical TBR. I actually think this is so cute and it's going to look so good once it's colored in. Again, I'm keeping that color palette that we had in the beginning of the video. But these are just my physical TBR books that I really want to get to this year. Next, we have my monthly favorites, and I love this spread so much. Essentially how it works is whenever I finish a month, I put my favorite book into each slot for each month, and I'm just so excited to see this completely filled out because it's going to be so cute and colorful, and I'm really excited. Next, we have my reading challenge, or like my reading goal. So basically I have 100 books on these little squares that I'll fill out every time I read a book. And then I have my monthly statistics. So in January, I'll fill out how many physical books I read, how many Kindle books I read, how many of the 2025, I keep saying that, how many of the 25 from 2025 I've read, and then how many audiobooks I read. And I'll continue that throughout the course of the next 11 months, and then at the end I'll total it out. And I love the way this spread turned out. I think it's really, really cute. Okay, this is the one that I didn't finish going over it with pen because I need a ruler and I don't have a ruler, so I just kind of left it in pencil, and when I get a ruler I'll go ahead and fill it out. But this is my series tracker, and basically I have all the series that I'm in the middle of, and I'm going to color in each of the boxes for how many of the books I've read in each of the series. And then I left more space because I know for sure I will be starting more series in 2025. But I just love the little details that I added, like the tape, the stickers. Like, I just love all the little details that make this page so fun. I really want to get into scrapbooking now because this was just so fun. My next page is my new library because, as y'all know, I got rid of the old one, and this is my new one. It looks a little boring, but I promise when it's filled out it's gonna look so cute. And this is the color theme that we're going for my book journal, and I'm just really excited for this to be colored in, just to kind of give it a little bit more depth, because right now it's so like it's boring, but whenever I color it in, it's gonna look so cute. Next, this is our monthly breakups. So we have January 2025, and then I have my TBR. This is when I'm gonna start breaking the months up and filling in monthly statistics. So this is my January spread. I kind of hate the way I colored everything. I love the art and the drawing, but I hate the colors that I used. But I'm not gonna get rid of it because I don't hate it that much. And then here's my TBR. If you guys watched my prompt jar picks, my TBR for 2025 for January, these were the books that got picked. And fun fact, I read that one, read that one, read that one, in the middle of that one, and we're still in the beginning of the month, so I'm very proud of myself so far. But yeah, this is where I ended off. I have more to fill out for January, but I'm kind of burnt out, and because I don't really have many pages left, because you kind of have to consider that this is going to be broken into 12 months. So I wanted to take my time to kind of divide each page to make sure I have enough for each month. And that is my 2024-2025 overview for my reading journal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to finish this so then it's like busting out the seams. My goal is to have it like busting out the seams because I want it to just be huge, and I want to have a collection of journals and scrapbooks and memory books and just a bunch of stuff. I've always loved journals since I was a kid. I think it's so fun to either write your thoughts or your creativity down on paper, and it just feels so good to physically see it. I don't know, I'm a very visual person. I love to see my progress. So this is a lot of fun. If you guys want to start your reading journal for 2025, do it, because we're in January. It's the perfect time to do it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys have a reading journal or if you made one with me, and if you got to this point of the video, comment any kind of book emoji, and I will see you guys on Sunday for our next video. And until then, bye. Thanks for watching me yap about books for I don't even know how long this video is.